everyone, welcome to ALDALINGUO channel, lesson 9. In lesson 9, we're gonna learn 9 syllables. 그, 느, 드, 르, 스, 치, 크, 트, 프. So, we're going to use 9 syllables to make 27 words in this lesson. So, there might come a new challenge in pronunciation. For this part of the lesson, we'll use 3 consonants and just 1 vowel. So, pay close attention to the pronunciation of today's vowel. And let's get started. 그림자, 그림자, shadow. So, there are various ways we use shadows for entertainment. We can make a magic show or puppet play by using shadow. The first shadow puppet in the world came from China. It was first made for the royal family. So, in time, the shadow puppet became a universal play for citizens. The example of many shadow puppet plays were folk stories and a series of royal court. The paper puppets became popular, and the techniques of making these puppets were passed on to many Asian countries, such as India, Indonesia, and Malaysia, and others. So in these countries, they made their own show, the shadow, the puppets to reflect their own culture. So people around the world are still using shadow plays. So what are some of your favorite types of play? And what's your favorite story of the puppet play? 그리기, drawing. So, who's your most favorite artist in history? Michelangelo is my favorite artist. Michelangelo's masterpiece, the Sistine Chapel, is one of the most impressive and well-known works worldwide. Our scriptwriter went to Vatican last January. He showed us a photo of the Sistine Chapel paintings. I could not imagine how big and detailed it was. According to the history book, the Michelangelo drew and painted for about 60 years, even losing his eyesight before he finally finished his work. Along with this artwork, he left many masterpieces around Italy and the rest of Europe. 그네, swing. So, do you like to participate in extreme sports? I have done some extreme sports like bungee jumping and gliding and jet skiing. So I love these sports because they're real rush, I love going to amusement parks with my friends. My friends and I love riding roller coasters, extreme swings, and riding them over and over again. A few months ago, I was watching a TV reality show named Running Man. Members of the show went to New Zealand to ride Navy swing, which is kind of like bungee swing. They reacted with the excitement and screaming. I also felt excited and thrilled when I watched this. So I felt as if I were taking a Navy swing with them. I found the video clip of Navy swing on YouTube and have watched it many times. Luckily, I had the chance to hear about the experience of Navy swing from my friend. He said, this is the swing you have to try once before you die. I definitely agree with this opinion, and let's all meet in New Zealand to ride the Navy swing. 느리다, slow. So what types of people do you work well with? For me, I appreciate people who work quickly and accurately. So these type of people motivate me and energize the work we do together. In contrast, I cannot work with people who work slow because I'm adapted to fast and accurate work style. I tend to pressure or push my colleagues to finish their work in timely manner. I'm sure there are many benefits to working quick. I think there will probably be more disadvantages like burning out, a lack of energy. In order not to suffer from these effects, we should slow down, take our time doing daily tasks like eating, Slowing down gives us time to look closely at the details of our work. And to keep steady pace, a slow and steady wins the race. That is the answer. So of course it's hard, but I think it's important to try. 느, 으, 느, 느티나무, 느티나무, Zagwa tree. So when you go to the countryside, we can see Zagwa trees in the center of the village. People gather around the trees to meet together with other villagers there. The grandparents of the village will sometimes tell the folk stories of the Zagwa tree, and it's the mystical powers. So I don't believe these stories, but I found the stories fascinating. Each Jaguar's tree has their own story. Jaguar trees are one of the largest trees in nature, and they have big branches and leaves whose shade make a nice cooling place for people to enjoy. What are some local trees in your area, and do they have any mythology? 느, 으, 느, 하느님, 느, 하느님, God. So, are there any subscribers from Europe? If there are, I'm sure you're familiar with the many beautiful cathedrals throughout Europe. Cathedrals like the Notre Dame, and Milan Cathedral, and Sagrada Familia, and others have been around for centuries. So these buildings have become a popular tourism spot in their cities, but originally they were made as houses of worship for God and the Catholic saints in the Middle Ages. During that time, Europeans looked to their faith in God while handling a different global pandemic. They built the cathedrals in large sites with ornate detail and decoration. I've been to some cathedrals in Europe, and I could feel the sincerity of those people relying on God. If now, we are still finding God in our daily lives. 드리다, 드리다, give. So, what kind of gifts do you give someone you like? Food, rose, mastics, or something else? So, I like to give many types of gifts depending on the situation. I think someone who has a girlfriend or boyfriend has many experiences to give presents. It is also common to give presents to close friends. In my case, I always prepare the presents for a special day, like Mother's Day and my parents' birthdays. So at the time, I give words to my parents, or perhaps some money for them. Do you know why I give these things to them? Because it is traditional to show respect to my parents. So when I see the smile on their face, I'm very happy. And I love giving gifts to my closest friends, and I'm so grateful when they are happy about my present to them. So, do you enjoy to give or to receive more? 드, 으, 드, 드레스, 드, 드레스, dress. So, do you have art classes in your school? I took art classes in my primary, middle, and high school. In art class, we learn about paintings from Middle Ages and a Renaissance era. So, in this era, there are many paintings of women in ornate dresses. When you look at the paintings from this era, you can see the women are painted with very thin waist. People in this era consider a thin waist to be a symbol of beauty. Complex and painful corsets were worn in everyday life and reflected in these paintings. These corsets often caused the physical problems and painful women trapped in them all day. So even today, some perfumers rely on extreme corseting to create this shape with a painfully small waist. So beauty and fashion are desirable, but we must not forget that health is most important. 드, 드, 타드, 드, 타드, tongue. So card games are commonly known and enjoyed throughout the world. But in European history, the card games began as privilege of the aristocracy. So nobilities and royal families loved to gather in the secret places to play cards. In the Renaissance ages, as art progressed, people created different patterns for cards. So, in folk museums around Europe, we can see decks of the cards with a variety of opulent designs, along with other everyday items belonging to those who lived in luxury. So, these days, people commonly play card games just for fun. Besides that, the magicians are still inventing the magic of card too. Alright guys, so this ends our first session of lesson 9. So in this lesson, we had 9 words, so it's a little simpler than the previous lessons. So however, the vowel U is a bit more difficult to pronounce. So good practice will help enhance your skill. Be sure to rewatch this video, and remember, there are writing practice videos too. So see you next time guys.